Hi, this is Don McPherson with SoHo News Online. We're here with Sean Sweeney, the Director of the SoHo Alliance, as well as President of the Downtown Independent Democrats and a Community Board member. We asked him to meet with us to talk about some of the situations or problems in SoHo, and he was kind enough to invite us to his beautiful loft in SoHo. So Sean, can you give us some overview of some of the problems that we're dealing with in SoHo?
Well, this week there's been a lot of reporting on the problem with the peddlers in Canal Street. We were able to get the city to crack down on the stores that were bringing the tourists into the back rooms. The city did that, but let no good deed go unpunished. These inventive peddlers, actually gangs, have moved into SoHo proper now. Mercer Street, Grand Street, Lower West Broadway, and they're actually coming as far as the north side of Grand Street. And they're now dealing and selling and peddling out of these out of vans and trucks, bringing tourists into the vans. And if people tell them to move, one guy told them to move, and he said, the peddler said, "You're giving me a hard time. You're going to get a bullet in your head." So this is a problem we're having in SoHo. There's going to be a meeting next week I'm going to attend with the city agencies to get a problem. It's not against the law to buy. I suggested arresting the tourists, but it's not against the law to buy counterfeit good. Maybe we should change the law there. Mm-hmm. If a couple of tourists got arrested, boy, you know the problem would really stop quickly. What else do we have? Well, it's that time to renew your membership on the community board or to apply to the community board. And I wish people from SoHo would apply. Email me at info@sohoalliance.org, and we'll tell you how to do it. Because that way you get a lot of, if you're on the community board, it's only 3 nights a month, and you get to meet face-to-face your elected officials and people in the city government, and you can tell them your problems directly. And you vote on certain things, recommendations of city agencies on zoning, landmarking, traffic, parking. So, and we're underrepresented compared to other areas. And the village almost has twice as many members as we do. So I would urge people to contact the community board, cb2manhattan.org, or the info@sohoalliance.org.
So you are very familiar with most of the downtown leaders, the elected politicians,
all of them.
and they all listen to you.
Do they pay attention? I don't know.
Well, I think they pay attention to you, and I think
they listen.
And I think they pay attention to the community board. So I think your suggestion for more members to apply to the board is probably a very good one.
Yeah.
We have problems downtown with the illegal billboards, with the bike lanes, which are difficult to allow emergency trucks to maneuver. Do you think that that's something that could be addressed with the community board?
Well, this week alone, on Monday night this week, they want to put a 2,500 square foot painted advertising sign on a building on Houston and Worcester. And we turned it down and said, we recommend that the landmarks not use their parameters of a large billboard, but use the zoning, what the Department of Buildings permits, which is only 250 square foot for that building. So, and by the way, there's people in the community board and the SoHo Alliance were influential in getting the zoning changed where you could have traditionally large billboards down to smaller ones. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, maybe we'll just have a small advertising sign in style with most of the ones we had throughout our history. Not these garish ones that take up entire buildings.
Has the issue of affordable housing affected SoHo?
That was back in the 70s and 80s, frankly. They would move into empty lofts with standing commercial lease, make improvements, then the landlord would chase them out for higher rents because there was no rent stabilization or rent control. So that was very big in the 80s. Again, the SoHo people organized and they passed the loft law, which more or less, long story short, put them into a rent stabilization program and guaranteed their continued tenancy as long as they pay their rent.
So there are still artists in SoHo?
Yeah, there's a lot. It's a myth perpetrated by the New York Times real estate section that there were no artists left in SoHo. There were lots of artists. Why would an artist move out of an $800, 2,500 square foot loft? Well, why would someone like me who paid $50,000 for this move out and have huge capital gains? No, people stay here. It's not a bad neighborhood. And I'd say at least, we did a survey 10 years ago, over 60% were either arts or in the artist registered or in the an arts-related field. There's several next door, there's a couple across the street, downstairs a lady owns an art gallery.
Well, thank you very much for meeting with us, and hopefully we can talk again at some point.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you.